Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is assuring that not only will government work to reduce the plight of the vulnerable in society, but plans are underway to resolve every challenge or some of the challenges facing lepers and the Lepers Aid. The Vice President has been hosting dozens of cured lepers, rough sleepers and street hawkers at his cantonment residence here in Accra to mark the start of the year 2020. Latif Idris is there for us. He joins us with more. Hello, Latif.
Hello, Gipsy.
Latif, tell us what this is all about. We know that the lepers, cured lepers were there. We know that they invited persons from people on the street. Give us some more details.
Okay, so Gipsy, this is the second of its kind. The Vice President, when he moved into this house last year, he warmed the house with a party, and that party was with the cured lepers and street children. So this is the second of its kind, and this time around we had cured lepers from Cape Coast, from Weja, and from the Volta region. Not only were cured lepers and street hawkers and street children, but party big whips. We talk about the MPP's party executives. We had the National Chairman, Freddie Blay here, the General Secretary, John Boedu, the National Treasurer, Deputy Chief of Staff. You can name them. A lot of them were here to support the Vice President to, as it were, put smiles on the faces of the cured lepers and Father Campbell's Soup Kitchen, which has been going on throughout the year, that is 2019, something he hopes to continue this year, 2020.
Well, Father, go ahead.
So we had the Mayor of Accra, we had the Vice President, we had the Samira Bawumia, all of them delivering their speeches here. Now, when the Mayor took the stage, that is Ajay Soa, when he took the stage, he announced to the cured lepers that he's donating his January 2020 salary to the cause of the Lepers Aid. That came up with a huge cheers and applause for him from the cured lepers and the street children who are gathered here to celebrate with the second family gifting.
Interesting. Yeah, donating his January 2020 salary to the lepers. That's quite an interesting announcement to make. They will be following up on that to find out whether the salary actually will go to them, because we've heard some of these stories before, haven't we? But Latif, what else has been happening there as we wrap up with you?
Yeah, so the Vice President also has addressed them, and he has assured that government is putting in place measures. One of the measures, Gifty, we know that last year the President visited the Central Business District, where he cut sword for the construction of an apartment to house street children and the Kayayis, that is the headquarters who parade the streets of Accra. This is to give some relief and respite to the vulnerable who do not have a place to sleep, the rough sleepers who are always on the streets of Accra. This accommodation or apartments, we understand, is supposed to give them some relief. Now, today, not only the Vice President, but the Mayor of Accra also mentioned that construction work is expected to start this year. We are keeping track and we are looking to see how fast that work will go to ensure that the hundreds, if not thousands, of street children and hawkers who sleep on the streets of Accra finally will be given a place to sleep at night. The Mayor and some other dignitaries who came in have all now joined the Vice President in a closed-door meeting, if you like, after feeding the dozens of lepers who came here to feast, to mark their start.
And I'm curious whether or not these, I'm seeing some of them dancing there. This must certainly be a great way to begin their year, for who they are and who they've been invited to dine with today.
Exactly.
Have they been talking to you? What do they say?
Yeah, it's full of joy. They are all full of joy and appreciation, thanking the Vice President for inviting. One of them told me people like us, quote and unquote, to come and dine with the second family is a privilege, and they are all full of joy. Now, let me also mention this quickly. The leader of this Lepers Aid, that is Father Campbell, he also showed his appreciation when he took the stage, but went a little further, calling on duty bearers, the government, and other stakeholders to ensure that the phenomenon of streetism is completely eradicated in the country. So he appreciates the guests of the second family, but he wants to see more. He wants concrete and workable measures to be rolled out to ensure that all these children who are parading the street are permanently eliminated from the street and given, shelter and something that they can live on for the rest of their lives, Gifty.
Thank you very much, Latif Idrisi there. Well, let's put some sound up on that video for you to have a feel of how it all went down at the Vice President's residence.
For your case, I go to war for your case. I go to court for your case. I can't be breathing. Get yourself in the dance, you know. Don't say that word. I punch you judge for your case. Anything you want, baby, that's for you. No, you better wait. One man quiet. Don't pull one man quiet.
So that's happening right now. It's still ongoing at the Vice President's cantonment residence. Well, let's find out what messages they have for you on the social media platform. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and his wife, they say, "We thank Almighty God for ushering us into 2020. Samira and I would like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. Let's continue to maintain our enviable peace and unity as Ghanaians in this election year, as we have done over the years. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Happy New Year to you all." And so you see that there's a message, there's a New Year election year tied into the New Year messages running. So that's the Vice President's message, whose home we've just, left off. He's been fitting the vulnerable in society, including lepers and street children. Let's get on to President Akufo-Addo, find out what he's also saying to us on the New Year. We go on his page as well. He says, "Happy New Year on behalf of the government, the First Lady, my wife Rebecca, my daughters, grandchildren, and my family. I wish all Ghanaians a happy, prosperous New Year. 2020 promises to be a good one because there is a growing sense of confidence that with hard work and determination, Ghana will make it, and collectively we will secure our futures." The president goes on to say, "This year is another important year in our democratic journey. We will hold in December the 8th general election in the history of the Fourth Republic. We all have a duty to conduct ourselves in such a manner that we have a free, fair, and transparent election that will enable the Ghanaian people choose in peace and serenity the person and persons who will manage their affairs on their behalf. I am confident that yet again Ghanaians will rise to the occasion and reinforce the status of Ghana as a beacon of democracy on the continent. May the new year usher in a new era of blessing and growth for you and everyone dear to you. May God bless us all in our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong." So that is President Akufo-Addo, his message on Christmas, on New Year, as well as the Vice President you've seen. But it's going to be a contested election, obviously. Let's find out what's also on the page of the contender, the biggest contender, if you like, former President John Mahama, who wants a comeback. He just simply says, "Happy New Year, John Dramani Mahama, leader and flag bearer of the NDC." So this is how they're wishing everybody in this country and beyond a happy new year.